when it comes to that particular part of the race. When I saw him looking around, I said, no, a chance with it. A chance with it.
Welcome back to TXT Track Time. Track is yet again. T and I are taking a deep dive into the week that was and the performances of our athletes. With that said, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the post notifications so that you're aware each time we drop a video. Track is Oblique Seville versus Akeem Blake. I think T and I said last week we can't wait for this showdown, and it happened, and heads rolled. But in this case, nobody's head quite. No, not really. They both raced. There was a race, the Gibson Relays, I believe it was, and we had Akeem Blake out dipping in a sense or barely outperforming Oblique. 6:42 was the time at the end of the
A
race.
win is a win.
Yes, so 6:42 to Akeem Blake, 6:42 to Oblique Seville. And that is where I'm going to take a better look at the race. Because for me, I think well, I'm going to shift things first to Oblique. One of the things that I love about Oblique Seville is the natural, raw athletic talent. You can tell that he's a natural born athlete. You can tell that he's good at this, and you can tell that he will become better at this. So that is one of the things that I love about Oblique. Like, I can sit down and say, Oblique today, Oblique tomorrow will be much better than Oblique today. Like, I just know it. I feel it. You see it coming. And year to year, we have seen Oblique get better and better. And even this season, I'm expecting to see Oblique unleash a new level, like a new gear. That being said, Trackies, T and I said last week that Akeem Blake benefited so much from racing internationally last year. Those races that he had after the World Championships, he gained, a level of confidence that we saw when he had that race against Yohan, where he finished ahead of Yohan Blake in that. Maybe it was their season opener in the 60 meters. And then we saw this very competitive week race again this week. We had Akeem Blake, Oblique Seville, Yohan Blake, Zarnell Hughes. It was a tight race. And we saw young Akeem Blake yet again holding his composure against what I would say is a pretty natural and good athletes in Oblique Seville, finishing ahead of him. And as T said, I agree. A win is a win. And Akeem won Oblique Seville, and I've been dying to see this matchup. And now I'm a bit flabbergasted. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going to happen at trials? It's too early to call, I know, but seeing that Akeem can, match what Oblique is bringing and still manage to win, it tells me, if Oblique comes with something else, Akeem is going to be able to step up and meet it and again and again. And this is just more preparation for the national trials and the showdown that we're expecting. And even so, when we go to the World Championships, what T and I were saying was that, Akeem didn't perform as well as we expected him to, and he himself probably expected him. He expected himself too. We saw Oblique as a finalist, not so much so for Akeem. This time around, I think we'll see Akeem, providing that he makes it to the World Championships, have a better showing. T, what did you think about that race and Akeem's ability to take down Oblique Seville and all of the comers?
As it relates to Akeem Blake's second race under his belt, 60-meter under his belt, and he's just going from strength to strength. I was actually very shocked. I mean, it was a positive 0.9 meters per second win, but the time for me was very impressive. So, Akeem Blake to me is when you're looking at the definition of hard work, denoting your success, I definitely think, Akeem Blake, can be read along in that same sentence. So, Yeah, Akeem did come out and do very, very well. What I will say about Oblique is that this was his first race of the season, and it speaks to where he can possibly get to at the end of the season when you look at his first race. So remember, Akeem did one already, right? So, and then in his second race, he was able to get down to this time that he ran. What was that? 6.42, along with Oblique Seville, right? But this is Oblique's first race. So if he can do this in his first race, this just shows you that there's much more to come when it comes to the latter part of the year, when we start talking about trials, championships. So I foresee much more to come for Oblique Seville. But check is mega tune of one loop in that one. Still, listen, Tam and I have talked about this from last season. We've questioned whether or not it was the right decision for Oblique Seville to just end the season, not do any international competition, not stack up against the guys that you will be going toe to toe, head to head with, each round when it comes to whether it's the Diamond League, World Championships, Olympics. These are the guys that you'll be running against. We've questioned whether or not that was the right decision. We were told, the coach knows what he's doing and everything. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's just step back and watch what's going on. And there was also the issue that we had as it relates to Oblique seemingly looking like he doesn't know how to finish a race. This is not champs where you're stopping, 30 meters from the line and waving to the grandstand. No, this is world class athletics.
We saw
This,
Fred
this
Curley. Sorry to cut you off, but Fred Curley is world class, and we
He
saw him
was
beat
no, no,
Henry
no. He was running
race.
against some nobody's done in Australia. That does not count, and I don't want that to take away from the point I'm trying to make. So back over to Oblique. When you're talking about running against guys that are running with you pound for pound, there's no looking over in the race. Like, what? I don't understand. Finish the race. I've had this issue from last season, and I've been pointing it out, and I'm saying, Oblique, what does practice make?
Perfect.
So Akeem Blake, I suggest Chucky's go look at the front on shot of that race. Akeem Blake, and I think I saw Yohan Blake in the shot as well. They were tunnel vision, head forward, looking at the end of the line, going for that tape to see who is going to win. Why is Oblique over here, sir? No, no, what is Oblique doing? Is this how we run? No, I'm serious, and I want him. I pray to God, and I hope Chuckies do not take this the wrong way. Oblique needs to learn how to finish a race, because when he goes and he faces up against Fred Curley, Noah Lyles, all of these other athletes, they are not going to be looking around in the race.
Christian
They're going to be
Coleman,
looking
Trayvon
straight.
Bromell.
Trayvon Bromell, Christian Coleman, what's the other one? Marvin Bracy. They're all going to be looking head forward at that line and finish it, because they know how to finish a 100 meters race. Run straight through the line. After we're done, we can look around and we can shake hand and laugh and gallivant, right? We're not looking around before the line, because we know that these guys that are next to us can beat us if we slip. And that's what he did. He was caught slipping. If he did not do what he did, he could have possibly beat Akeem. Am I taking anything away from Akeem in this race? No, I'm not. You understand? But Oblique needs to stop running his race partway. It's not 55 meters, it's not 58 meters, it's 60 meters. It's not 90 meters, it's 100 meters. I've been saying this from last year. Every single time I see him run, I'm like, oh, finish the race. We've even said, like, how are you going to know how fast you are if you keep doing this? How are you going to know if you can run 960 if you keep stopping part way? Just run straight through. I'm tired of it, Trackies. Oh my goodness, Trackies. I don't even know how this video is going to end, but I swear I'm so disappointed when it comes to that particular part of the race. When I saw him looking around, I said, no. A champs with it. A champs with it. Him no have no international experience I run against them guy head to head all the time. If you know him can't do this in a race. Anyway, take over time before I lose it some more.
Is what do they say? Tea is pressed. I can't think of a better way to put it. So track is
Here, him better make sure I say when trials come, him don't keep up the same foolishness. When world championships come, he don't keep up the same foolishness. Listen, I had him down to medal last season. He's that good. He didn't. I'm like, okay, fine. He can medal against this year. He can medal again this year. I'm not asking no question. I don't even need to see what he's going to end up at with that chance. I know come world championship, he stand the chance of medaling again. But I need Oblique to finish his race. I need him to finish his race and start practicing from now how to finish a race. I couldn't want 10-meter race, done the 10-meter race. Don't finish it 9 meters out. Finish it 10 meters. That's all I'm saying.
okay. Track is winning is a habit, and so far, Akeem Blake is 2 for 2. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Does Oblique Seville need to tighten up his game so that he's ready when it counts? Or would Akeem have beat him either way? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm Tam.
I'm 40.
We'll catch you in another one.